Hello and welcome to this quick Qlik Sense and QlikView tips and trick video. I'm your host Shilpan Patel from analyticshub.io. In this video, we're going to learn for next loop. Both Qlik Sense and QlikView offer various loops, including for next loop. And one of the most useful use cases to use for next loop is to loop through number of tables you have in your document and create QED for each table. So let's look at this sample example that I have. Let's view data model in the data model viewer. As you see, I have 5 tables in my data model. And let's say, for instance, I want to create a QED for each of these tables without writing store command after loading each table. So for next loop comes handy. So let's write script for that. I created a new section, store QEDs. And as usual, I like to write comment to start with to show what I'm doing here. So we're going to use for next loop. All right, so the syntax is for. Let's use a variable called I, and it starts with 0, 2, and Qlik Sense offers a function called number of tables. So number of tables will provide a total count of number of tables we have in the model, which is 5. Now, we're going to use -1, and you may wonder why. The reason is that table number starts at 0. And anytime you're not sure why the code is written in a certain way, the best way to find why is it that way is to go to the help page. If you look at the help, Qlik provides a very concise yet useful help page. Here you can see that table number starts with 0. And that is the reason in our script we started with 0, yet we deducted 1 from total number of tables. That way, total number of tables will be 5, but it will start at 0 all the way to 4. Now we're going to define a variable using let. So let's call it table name. And we're going to use a built-in function called table name. Now that will require a parameter, and that is going to be I. So while we're looping through, the current table will have a value stored in I. Now next we're going to store QED, and for that we're going to start with store command, and then we start with pair of square brackets. The reason for square brackets is that table name may contain spaces. It's always good to use square brackets. And then we're going to use $sign expansion, so dollar function, and the reason to use $sign expansion is because we want to use key name variable. And anytime in Qlik Sense or QlikView you want to use a variable within the syntax, you have to use $sign expansion. It's like a macro expansion. And that is going to be into, and then again, pair of square brackets. And within that, we're going to use lib. And that's for the connection. Now remember, in Qlik Sense, every time you want to reference a data connection, it has to start with lib:// and the actual connection name. In this case, it's the QED files. So let's look at this, and I do have this 5 QEDs, and I'm going to go ahead and delete all of them. So if I click on the connection again, I don't have any tables. This is the connection I'm going to use. So the name is QED files. Type that name here. And remember, the connection names are case sensitive. / again, $sign expansion for the table name, tname, .QED. And then we have to use the output qualifier, which is QED, to end the statement. And since this is a for next loop, we just need to use next to loop through all the values. So this loop will end once it reaches the limit, which is 4. So it will loop from 0 to 4 and end. So that's simple code to loop through all the tables in my data model and store each of these tables into a QVD. So let's go ahead and load. And let's check the folder to see if those QVDs exist now. And here they are. So that's all there is to use for next loop. I hope you found it useful. If so, always like my YouTube channel and subscribe. Also, visit our academy at analyticshub.io and join our free membership. It doesn't cost you anything, yet we have a ton of content that you can benefit from as a free member. In addition, we keep writing blog posts regularly so you can get access to all the articles in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.